Hello and welcome to the Sirrano Show. Today I had a chance to review some material from the Passaic County Prosecutor's Office. Actually, I did some interviews with people around here. The city of Paterson has been in turmoil with the black community in the prosecutor's office. And I say that because what's been happening is the prosecutor in Passaic County has been targeting the black community. And I have expressed this in one of my previous videos. I've showed you evidence, I've showed you her statistics, and I've showed you the 1st and the 4th ward where she is just arresting young black men for the sake of getting numbers. And she's a Latino. She's been to a lot of Latino. The two issues that I have with her: she's a Latino. She's been to 2 Latino events with the head of the Dominican parade, who has been convicted 3 times of crimes in this community: tax fraud against her own people, illegally occupying a building that she's in for 20 years or 25 years, and also recently she was busted for gold fraud. This prosecutor is at her events, and this concerns me very much. When this prosecutor came here, her name was Camelia Valdes. She was at the Democratic event. Now, if your prosecutor can't be at a Democratic event, he can be at an Republican event. She's at the Democrats, supporting them. Corzine was here. They elected her, or they praised her, everything. And recently, the Republican county clerk in Passaic County was sworn in. She was not there. At the same place on 401 Grand Street, when the Democratic freeholders, her bosses, were being sworn in, she showed up to support them. So this is very concerning. And it just turned out that Chris Christie just reappointed the Passaic County prosecutor. And we've been hearing a lot of different things. We've been hearing Christie wants her back because she's a longtime friend of Chris Christie. He's worked with her. He's, been in her office. She's been in his office. They prosecuted people together, and that's one of the reasons he wants her here. But she's a Democrat. He's a Republican. He dismissed 2 leading Republican candidates for the prosecutor's office for himself. To put her back there. The second thing that we're hearing is that Senator Nellie Pou made threats that if she doesn't get her back as a Latino woman there, he's not getting his judges. Now here's how this works. Governor Chris Christie appoints a prosecutor and he appoints the judges. So there's 2 senators that have to vote, and those senators will vote to approve or disapprove. So being that Nellie Pou is a Democrat and she wants this woman back in who is a Democrat, she'll say, I want her back. If you don't appoint her, reappoint her, you're not getting your 5 judges in Passaic County that you just nominated appointed. And that's kind of how these deals work. There's a lot of great women in this community. There's a lot of Latinos who are great in this community. This is a woman who has been prejudiced, accused of being prejudiced, targeting the black community. She can never be found. She's at her own personal events with her people and Democrats, but she's never down in the city to try to figure out what's going on and why does it seem like I'm targeting these people. So we exposed her, we put her out there, and now I went to the city council meeting and I kind of spoke openly to Nellie Pou, and the message that I want to send at that council meeting to her is, do not vote this woman back in office. She's anti-black, she's anti-everything that's not her race, and she's in bed with Republicans. When it is that a Democrat in Passaic County has ever taken the choice of the Republican Party into their side, there's suspicious here. And when it is the Republicans ever give up strong, powerful seats like the prosecutor seats. So I think the Republicans have something to be angry about, and I think the Democrats have something to be angry about with this particular choice of Camelia Valdes returning at the Passaic County Prosecutor's Office. So here I am at the Paterson City Council meeting, really telling her this is a bad idea. And I know she's Latino and you're Latino and that's what you want. But when it comes to crime and caring about this community and law enforcement, this woman is bad news. We spoke to somebody close to her office who said nobody in her office likes her. This prosecutor is not liked. So the reason to bring her back should never be race. The reason to bring it back is because she's for all races and she cares about all people. And she stopped targeting young black men and, just arresting them left, right, and center with $2 million bail. Another issue here is a long time ago, a young black man was killed by 2 of her officers. She never arrested them till the city council made a big stink out of it. And this time, another one of her officers killed somebody else undercover and took off, and she refused to arrest that person. So this is what we're dealing with her. So I'm asking, and I hope all of you who watch this show are also asking Nellie Pou, say no to Camelia Valdes. So my kind of motto is, say no to Nellie Pou if she says yes to Valdes. This is Christie's choice. It should never be in Passaic County. I'm not saying anything against Chris Christie. I'm just saying on this particular deal, which is a bad deal for African Americans in this community, no. Just no. And I hope you'll call Nellie Pou yourself and say no to her. Senator Nellie Pou in Paterson. And here's my speech at the Paterson City Council meeting on June.
The next speaker, Mr. Sirrano.
My name is Sirrano Keith Baldeo. I am the president of New Jersey Pulse. My address is P.O. Box 695, Paterson, New Jersey. I have 3 issues I'd like to talk about. And the first one is this whole thing that Tavares did about his presidency. We had the worst council president in this chamber was Aslan Gao. We all know that. The second worst was him. And what he didn't put in here is a resolution that chastised him for the black community and what he did. So this is a campaign kickoff, if you all missed it. That's what it is. Trying to apologize, and when Davis tried to apologize to the judge says, no, you were going to pay for what you did. And we hope, make sure the community makes sure he pays for what he did. Number 2, the last time we had this whole nonsense because we all know that McCoy was supposed to be the council president. He was cheated out of it. And Maritza, you admitted that you made a mistake. And I hope this time you correct that mistake. You went with the black community, went with the Hispanic community, and you admitted what you did was wrong. I mean, through the chair to Maritza. And I hope this time you bring back McCoy and put him in that seat so we can get the right things done in this community and not the fighting with the mayor. And number 2, I want to talk about the cop that killed the gentleman. And I know that Chris Christie renominated this prosecutor here in Passaic County. And through the chair to Nellie Pou, I know you are the vote that's going to bring her back. And whenever Governor Christie appoints somebody here, we have to question it. You can't just vote because he reappointed somebody. There's something suspicious, and here's what I think is suspicious. He needs his judges, his Republican judges. And so he throws in, we'll give you Valdes if you give us the 5 judges. Any deal you make with the governor in this community is wrong. The prosecutor in Ferguson came down and arrested that cop. The prosecutor in New York came down and arrested that cop, took him to the grand jury. But this prosecutor, for the second time when a black person is killed in this community, won't come down when one of her officers does something. She's in charge of these officers, she's the boss. And whenever they commit a crime, I went to all when the black kids were arrested in this community, I had a mother crying. My son never pulled a trigger, my son just was hanging out there, $2 million bond. She's crying in the courthouse, she's crying. And I feel bad for her, $2 million. These 5 black kids were arrested. And he was just hanging out there. This guy kills somebody, leaves, and you heard that tonight. When you leave, it's a crime. When you leave, it's a murder. And he left, so he committed a crime. And it doesn't matter if you're a cop. There's a great cops in this city, and I love them all, and I love you, Nellie. But you cannot vote to bring back this prosecutor. That's my point. You are the deciding vote. You're a Democrat. And when Chris Christie appoints somebody here, you say no, unless you made a deal to give him his judges so you can get your prosecutor back. And I know she's a Latino, I know you're Latino, and that's the whole deal. And I have a Latino newspaper coming out. And we adore you, we love you. But don't appoint this woman back in here. And you can't even get to her. She has a layer, the council members had to go to her the last time that they killed the last black guy, the officers. So I'm saying, in closing, don't give her a chance to come back and hurt this community. Don't do it. She's not a good prosecutor. She won't come back and address the issues, and I hope that the city council members doesn't have to go back to her again and tell her, well, one of her officers killed somebody, come back and arrest him and treat him like she treats everybody else and all those black kids. Thank you.
Next speaker, please.
Yes, Mr. President. Next.
So all I had was 3 minutes to say what I had to say there, and so I can say the rest here. This is a bad deal. This prosecutor in Passaic County is a bad deal for blacks in this community, and I hope the Democrats keep her there and bring her back there. You sent them a strong message that you are not going to tolerate that. My name is Sirrano Keith Baldeo. This is the Sirrano Show on the New Jersey Pulse News. Thanks for watching, and bye for now.